And today, she's at the southwest London office of former pop star Sinitta, ex-girlfriend of Simon Cowell.
Today I'm a little bit anxious, really, because Psychic Sally's coming over. There is someone that it would be interesting to hear from, if that was going to happen. I'm not sure how I would react if I did hear from them, though, but that would be interesting. Ooh, here we go. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
So very pleased to meet you. Mwah.
Lovely to meet you at last. I've heard so much about you.
Oh, wow. Have you? All good, I hope.
All good. All
Oh, my
good.
goodness me. Who is this?
This is the office dartboard. Yes, so if you've got any sort of thing to it. No, this is the lovely Simon.
What's happened to his neck here? Who's decapitated him?
Oops.
Yeah, he's got lovely ears.
Lovely ears.
Oh, gosh, I can't tell you what I'm picking up about that.
Oh,
the ears.
what about his ears?
It's about his little ears.
We're going to go and talk about your ears
We're going
now,
to
darling.
talk about your ears. Oh, darling, how lovely.
I love it.
I know, we love that.
So excited. I heard so much about you.
Oh, it's very kind. Have you ever done anything like this before?
Never done anything like this before.
So what happened, as I first walked in the door, I began immediately to see certain energies around you. So there's this particular lady that at the moment may have something to do with the date, the time of year, and her name is Mary. And she's in spirit, okay? Mm-hmm. And she talks about your mother, and she talks about you. She talks about another elderly lady that's in spirit with her. And basically, they want to... And these are the words that I'm getting, because how I work is I just get these words in my head. Make it up to you.
My grandmother and my great-grandmother's names were Mary. So that was really interesting, and the fact that they were close beside me and wanting to make up for something really spoke to me, because my mother's mother, Mary, died in childbirth, having my mother, so she grew up without a mother. I grew up without my grandmother.
And now, have you got some photographs?
I do have
Have
some
you got
photographs.
one of Mummy, of your mother?
Ooh.
Wow. Took my breath away there a little bit. How do I say this? Had she been a different person, well, I don't think she'd be here today, to be honest.
When Sally talked about my mother maybe not being here today, if she'd been someone else, I absolutely relate to that. She has had a tough life. I mean, not having a mother or father or grandparents even by the age of 11, having me when she was still a young teenager, in fact, having 2 children. She's told me before that at times when she felt like ending it because things were so difficult, that she would look at me and I was making myself cry. I was her, reason to live. I'm sorry.
Is there a link with Germany with you?
Yeah, Mary, I think, was half German. Wow.
This is also a very Germanic name that I'm picking up. Is there anyone called, like, Greta or Greta?
Mm-hmm.
And alive?
Yes.
Yeah. There are tears here, and it could make you there's a sense of frustration, and there is a sense of why.
The name Greta, the German thing, basically it's my twin sister that was adopted as a baby into another side of the family. She's since changed her name, so the fact that she picked up Greta is crazy.
David.
David?
He's over there. And he says, my head, Sinitta, it hurts. My head. It's like I feel very disorientated with him. He wants you to know he's happy now.
The David in spirit is one of my dancers who was one of the toy boys, and he died of AIDS about 5 years ago. So when she was saying his head hurts and all of that, I remember I used to go and see him and try to reason with him, and then I realised that he was not in a position to reason with me. And the fact that she said he's happy now was comforting.
Did somebody buy you a motorbike?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
not a motorbike, a scooter.
And was that someone called David?
No. No.
Well, you went into a room and there was a motorbike in an office.
The one with the motorbike, I think it's David Essex, Silver Dream Machine. He used to have a big cardboard cutout of a motorbike in his office.
Do you know, it's been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. I'm not ready. I need more, Sally.
I know. Well, I said, shall we meet again?
I think we have to.
Yeah, I think we have
But
to.
you've said a lot of things, and I feel like I'm completely transparent, and you've seen me and you've read me very, very accurately. She definitely is gifted, and she's a messenger, and it was great meeting her, and I think we're going to be friends too. Please, to me.
Sally has just given a reading to 80s chart topper and Simon Cowell's ex-girlfriend, Sinitta.
David.
He's over there.
Now the pair are joined for lunch by Sally's husband, John, and Sinitta's close friend, Jason.
You enjoying that, darling? You're
Very
getting
nice.
stuck in there.
Very nice.
Because I know that you're all happy because we're sitting here with Sinitta.
Quite right.
Yeah.
Can't wait for my dessert.
Well, I was going. Oh, very funny, John. Very funny. So, you know, think of it now. Simon Cowell, the biggest thing ever to hit the music industry.
Not a
the
nice way to talk about Simon's head, Sally.
No, yeah. But when you think about it, it's like, how did he come into your life?
Oh, gosh. You know what? Well, when I met Simon, obviously he wasn't Simon Cowell like this at the time. He was in the same building as my model agency's agents, and they were opening a little record label on the top floor. And I had cut this record, So Macho, and heard there was a record label upstairs, had the demo of the track, and thought, let me go and see if these people need some talent.
Yeah.
You know? And kind of strolled in and was like, hey, I've made this record and you guys should sign me, and what are you doing? And sort of looking at me like, how old are you? You know, get out. You know, his usual charming self.
Yeah.
But eventually kind of got him to listen to the thing. I like to say that I discovered Simon and launched his career because they had no artist. It was this funny little room upstairs, and after badgering him for quite a few months, we finally had our first hit together.
Wow. Yeah. And were you sort of romantically linked with him?
Oh, yes. Simon and I were together on and off for like 20 years.
Oh!
This is why the whole thing, is Simon gay? I wish Simon was gay, because then I wouldn't be upset with all the other girls that he kept going off with.
Oh, wow. You know, when I look back at my ex-boyfriends before I met John, they're like exes. They don't... So how do you cope the fact that he's still in your life in quite a big way, isn't he? Because he's a very good friend, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, well, we were such good friends anyway. And then even when we break up, we still had to be like, normally you can break up with someone and you don't ever have to see them again if you want to. Because we were working together at the record company, I was signed to his label. It was that thing where you'd sort of break up, but then have to go and get into a car and go do Top of the Pops together. And he'd still be briefing me and telling me which entry, because we didn't have loads of staff and money. He was the tour manager, he was the record plugger.
Because you are so close and you've known one another, the pair of you, with all different relationships since you split up, have there ever been any sort of little, I don't know, niggly jealousy bits?
Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah, there have been times where I still liked him and he's dating someone else, and I would be like, oh, no.
And speaking of high-profile boyfriends, didn't I read somewhere that you dated Brad Pitt, which, I mean, I have to say, I cannot believe that. I'm going to touch you because you dated Brad Pitt. Which hand did you touch him with?
This is the hand. This is the hand that touched Brad. You don't want to touch the hand.
I do. I want to kiss that hand that touched Brad Pitt.
You know what? I have a theory that I create superstars. If you date me, you will be the next Brad Pitt, Simon Cowell, or whoever. See what I mean?
So now I want to know how you met him, though. What were you doing? Walking down the street, having a coffee?
He asked to meet me. I swear. I know it sounds so crazy, but he did. He asked to meet me. He was working in the show Dynasty or Dallas, one of those shows, and he was coming over here, and he wanted to meet me. So I agreed to meet him. First I said no, and then I saw a picture of him, and I was like, yes, I will meet you. Yes, I will. I changed my mind. Get him. I will meet him. And he was lovely. You know, we just clicked straight away.
So, what went wrong with Brad? I mean, let's be honest here, he's a doll. Why?
He's a doll. You know what? It was nothing wrong with Brad. There was nothing wrong with Simon. The person who was at the scene of both crimes is me, so I think I was probably what was wrong.
You see, if you'd have known me then,
You
I
would
could have
sorted out.
seen and I would have said, whatever you do, hang on to both of them at the same time.
I could have been Mrs. Pitt Cowell.
Wouldn't that have been lovely?
Oh,
Mrs.
darling.
Pitt Cow, what a ring to it. Amazing.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Instead of just Sinitta, now I have no surname.
And, you know, I understand you've got a flight to catch. You've got to rush off. Let's just say a quick cheers and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sally's schedule is relentless.